Okay, hopefully everything is in focus. Today's video is going to be I don't know, I just feel today's video is going to be a little bit random. I'm not really going to focus on anything specific, but I need to ensure that some things are in order first. Okay, sound is recording, film is rolling, I guess. Let me just put this here, setting up my sound. Okay, let me put that there. 1, 2, 3. This actually looks pretty cool. I don't know what I'm going to talk about in today's video. This video is something I have been trying to do all week and I've failed. It started off with me recording an actual video, and then the memory card was broken, so the video was in the memory card but I couldn't transfer it to my laptop. Secondly, I've just had a very difficult week. I've been pushing myself really hard at work. I've also been trying to push myself really hard with doing things like this, and I have like backlogs of work from last year that I'm really trying to find a way of doing, and it's just so hard. Let's not forget, I have to make time for family, have to make time for relationship, have to make time for friends. Then you also have to make time for yourself, because I sort of started new routines. I'm exercising, I am journaling, I am writing, I am scripting, there's just so many things I'm doing. So it's going to a point where I just burnt out. Yeah. Today is a Friday, by the way, and I haven't gone to work. I just decided I want to stay in bed and turn off my phone, and nobody's going to look for me. I might get fired. You know, you just said to me, I might end up getting fired. Anyway, guys, welcome to another video. I don't know if I'll actually get fired, but I actually told people that I wasn't going to show up today. But why did I even tell you that? You don't care if I get fired or not. Nobody's going to care. It's not like you're going to give me new jobs or something, right? Right? I don't think you are. It's not like, you know what, never mind. Guys, welcome to another video, and today's video is not actually planned out properly because, as I said before, I just had so much going into this week. But I thought, since I am trying to commit to getting a video out every 2 weeks, I feel a two week window period gives me enough time to plan my videos and then put them out. But since my last video, things have not gone very well, so I just decided, you know what, let me just sit down and randomly talk about stuff that I think might be interesting, or then again not. I don't know, but I think it would be interesting to just come up with something out of the blue and just talk about it. The first thing I want to actually talk about today is my last video. My last video was actually a film that I did in 48 hours. Now this is the first film I've ever made, so it isn't like Oscar worthy or Hollywood worthy, but it is a culmination of just so many things that have led up to the creation of that film. For those of you guys who have not yet seen the film, I think those sliding, what are they called? Anodes or and whatever, those things, they will give you a link to that video. And I love this film. I love the way it came out. It wasn't done with the best equipment in the world. It was actually just one camera, one lens, and that microphone. So I really love the film. I think the thing that I love most about putting the film out there was the kind of response I got back. When I say response, I didn't get like 1,000 people commenting or 200,000 people liking the video or anything of the sort. No. But with the few people that actually do subscribe to this channel and friends and family who I showed the film, they actually gave me a really good response. People are like, oh, we love this about the film. Oh, we like that about the film. I even had a friend reshare it and, you know, really challenged me to continue doing it, because he was like, I can't wait to see what you'll be producing in 5 years if this is already what you're doing now. and that was actually a challenge to me. So when I say that I've had a bad week because I am trying to put out content every 2 weeks, it is a challenge. It is a very huge challenge that I'm trying to keep up with, not for people per se, but for myself. Just putting out work for myself every 2 weeks, putting something out there for that you guys can learn from every 2 weeks is something that I really want to do. So I really loved the response that I got from people. It was really amazing. It made me feel good. Yeah, I felt like I am actually doing something with my life for once. Well, at least with this, with the photography and video, I do feel like I did something that was useful to someone. I am actually in the process of putting together another script, and I'm even having somebody help me out with the script. They might end up helping me with the film, and maybe in 2 or so months, because this one I just scaled it up a bit. It probably will not be as short as the one that I've done, but definitely planning something, just scaled up a little bit. I also want to take this opportunity to thank someone, Robert Munuku of Mau Mau Arts. Like, the inspiration actually came from there, because leading up to the making of this film, I was actually on his film set, and what inspired me was that the film set was a very simple one. It being very simple actually made me realize that I don't need to complicate life when I want to do something. If I want to make a film, all I need is a camera, all I need is some good sound, I need some good actors and a story. And that's exactly what I did with this one. And I just want to say thank you for inviting me to your production. By the way, guys, if I think I'll be putting up a link to the trailer of the film that I shot the behind the scenes for, and I think the film is coming out in June. It was supposed to be March 4th, but for some reason it was moved to June. You guys should definitely check out the trailer. I think the movie is going to be lit. The storyline is actually a very amazing story, and also another thing, I think Mau Mau Arts has also been nominated for Sondeka Awards in some category. I don't know category gani. I'm not sure. But I'll also put a link here. They come out like this, or like that. I will be putting a link to also that particular film that has been nominated for the Sondeka Award. Anyway, second thing I thought that I should talk about. We are almost approaching the end of the first quarter of the year. We're approaching the end of the first quarter of the year. Oh my god. See, time flies. Anyway, we are approaching the end of the first quarter of the year, and I thought I should talk about the things that I have been trying to do in the first 3 months of this year and what I have learned from them so far. I think at the beginning of every year, everyone tries to set goals that they will try and accomplish throughout the year. And at the beginning of the year, I remember this was on Instagram or something. I asked a question: why is it that people have such a difficult time keeping with routines that they set out to do for themselves? And I asked this question because I realized that I had started a routine, and somewhere in between, I just gotten to a point where I was really tired, really exhausted. I didn't feel like going on with it. And that conversation was actually very interesting, because I got all sorts of feedback from people. Some people are like, I just get tired and I leave it alone. Besides, it's not like I'm going to die, Other people were like, maybe the reason that you're not able to keep up with your routine is because you're trying to bite off more than you can chew. Is that right? Or is it chew more than you can bite? Bite off more than you can chew more than you can... I don't know, but it's one of them. It's one of those two things. The whole point is, I think we overestimate our abilities, and that's something that's happened to me, especially with 2018 coming to an end. I just had so much work that I wanted to do. I had personal projects, I had client work that I have, which I still haven't finished, and I just had so many things set up. So I was doing a lot of stuff, and I've slowly, and I've gotten to a point like right now, this week, I felt like I was really burnt out. I felt so overwhelmed with everything that I wanted. I felt so overwhelmed with all these things that I wanted to do, and I just felt I couldn't do them, and I wanted to quit. I think a lot of us have this situation happen to us every single year. Every year we set goals, and then we just stop doing them for some reason. So I thought maybe I should share one way of trying to deal with this situation, because we are putting so many things together. We are over ambitious. We think that we are going to achieve all these things for some reason. Instead of doing all those things at once, why don't you try and break them down? For example, I started exercising and I wanted to do a 30-day challenge. Yet my body could not allow me to do a 30-day challenge. If it's a 30-day challenge, you're doing exercises every day. But then those exercises, I did only 1 week of exercise in 2 weeks. Right? So I started feeling bad about it. But that is actually the way it's supposed to work. If you think about it, if you've never done exercise like me, if you haven't been doing exercise for 2 years straight, starting exercise can be very daunting. So you need to get into it slowly and gradually. All right? So what I decided to do, instead of doing exercise every single day, is do exercise once a week for 3 months. It slowly gets you there. Instead of taking on like 5 jobs in 1 month, why not cut it down to 2 jobs that you're going to do well in that month? And this seems to be working in some way, and I am kind of enjoying it. So with all the backlog, what I've decided to do is like break down how I'm going to do those jobs in some way. So maybe I decide that in this month I'm going to complete 3 jobs and be done with those, and the other jobs I'll do in the next month. Like that, break it down like that. I know the clients are not going to be as happy, and it's of course going to affect contracts that I have with them, because definitely at the end of the day, there are delivery times and there are deadlines to be met. But what I don't want is my clients to suffer at the end of the day. So it's going to change the contract expectations and money's involved. Like there's one client who's outright told me that the remaining amount they're just going to pay me half, and I'm okay with that, because I screwed up in the first place. I took up more than I could chew. So anyway, yeah, I think that's the much I'll say in this video. The third and final thing I think I want to say in the video is that I've sort of been doing a lot of random things on the channel, and that is sort of not good for viewership. The main reason I started this channel is because I felt that we don't have a channel that speaks or talks specifically about photography and photography techniques in a way that I think people will easily understand and get. Or I feel like a lot of the Kenyan photography channels that do exist kind of exaggerate people's expectations. Like I saw this one channel, I don't remember what it's called, but the photographer has like all this amazing equipment, and I feel like not very many photographers the number of photographers with like the optimum best stuff on the market, right, is really, really small. The majority of us that exist are like you and me, who don't have like super expensive stuff, but we are trying to make do with the little that we have. Yeah, definitely we are in some way planning to grow our equipment and stuff like that, but I think most of the focus should not be on the stuff that you have. It should be really on building the skills that you have right now, because to be honest, I think that when it comes to photography, it is more about the skills and the techniques that you're using versus the equipment. Yes, better equipment will make you work faster. Better equipment, of course, will produce better results, but I believe there are ways around it. And I think those are things I would want to talk about more on the channel. So that being said, I hope you guys are having a good week. I hope you're having a week that was better than mine. And yeah, I don't really have any much more to say. Do I have anything else to say? Do I have anything else to say? No, I don't. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. If you're watching the video, thank you. I will ask you to like and subscribe so that we sort of, you know, like so that the video is shared a little more. Subscribe because I think the things that I'm planning to have on the channel coming on after this will be things and topics that will be very interesting. I will still have stuff like this where I just sit down and talk to you about random stuff. Yeah, so I'll see you guys in another video. Peace. Let's go. You can now stop recording sound.